Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another random review. And today's random review is The Bravados. This is a 1958 western directed by Henry King, starring Gregory Peck. Henry King also made The Gunfighter with Gregory Peck, which is one of my favourite westerns of all time, and 12 O'Clock High, the World War II Air Force drama with Gregory Peck. This is from 1958, and it's shot in beautiful technicolour and cinemascope. So on a big screen it does look gorgeous. There's lots of wonderful shots of Gregory Peck standing in doorways and standing in front of gorgeous vistas of mountains and cliff faces. This is a really interesting little western. It's about a man seeking revenge on 4 men who murdered his wife, but it takes an interesting little turn as far as the events didn't really happen the way Gregory Peck thought they did. This is a German Blu-ray. I couldn't actually find it in a US or UK Blu-ray release, and this is a beautiful print. Like I said, the technicolour really bounces off the screen. There is one of those bizarre trailers as an extra. In the 40s and 50s they did trailers with the star of the film telling the audience very awkwardly about what the film's about, and it really is quite awkward as Gregory Peck in costume is telling the audience about the film. It's a really interesting film about the questions it asks. Gregory Peck turns up in this small town. Everybody assumes he's the hangman due to hang these 4 criminals that are in jail, but he's not. He just tells people he wants to watch the hanging, and people ask him whether he knows the men, and he says no, he's just here for the hanging. He's travelled 100 miles just to see a hanging. So you're kind of wondering for the first 15-20 minutes of the film what Gregory Peck's actually up to. And obviously Gregory Peck, very much like Henry Fonda, has this kind of image of the upstanding citizen and the pure kind of hero character, whereas in this and in The Gunfighter he's quite taciturn, he's quite surly, he doesn't say a lot. You can see he's a man on a mission and he's a bit troubled. So eventually the hangman turns up, so the town's getting ready for the hanging in the morning. Meanwhile Gregory Peck bumps into Joan Collins, who knew him like 5 years ago. This is probably my favourite Joan Collins film. Granted I don't have that many, and she even drinks a beer in it. I don't know whether that counts as a huge spoiler, but Joan Collins drinks a beer. So anyway, Gregory Peck goes in he asks the sheriff for permission to go in and have a look at the 4 criminals, and they don't seem to recognise him. And then the whole town goes to church, and through one way or another the 4 criminals escape. I won't spoil how they escape, but they escape, and Henry Fonda joins some of the townsfolk in a posse. And again, I will be giving away minor spoilers. I can't really get to the point of the film without minor spoilers. So if you haven't seen it and you don't want spoilers, then I apologise. But throughout the course of the chase, Gregory Peck kills 3 out of the 4 criminals. I should say the criminals are Lee Van Cleef, who gives a nice turn, Stephen Boyd, and Henry Silva, who gives a great performance, and I can't remember who the 4th guy's name is. He looks a bit like Howard Keel. You'll probably recognise his face. But as Gregory Peck gets to kill, or is about to kill the 4th man, again, I won't tell you who's left or what order they get killed. It kind of dawns on him that they may not have actually done it, and he realises that he may have killed 3 innocent men. Now, they're not innocent completely because they have done crimes, but perhaps not the crime that Gregory Peck is actually wanting vengeance for. So Gregory Peck returns to the town. He doesn't kill the 4th guy, whoever that is. You know, I have to say, the last kind of scene with Gregory Peck and the 4th member of the gang is just fantastic. As Gregory Peck kind of realises what he's done, because essentially was a rancher who's not used to killing people or whatever, but just out of sheer vengeance and the thirst for revenge, he has killed 3 men. And Gregory Peck gives a fantastic performance in this film, and certainly the scene where the penny drops he gives a fantastic performance. So he goes back to the town, to the church, to seek permission, to seek advice from the priest. And again, the priest is kind of like, I don't condone what you did, but there were 3 bad men, so even if they didn't actually do what you wanted to kill them for, they did do stuff in this town. And it's really, that's kind of the crux of what makes that an interesting little film. It's kind of, I feel, almost about capital punishment. It's almost about if quote unquote bad men, do they deserve to die even for something that they didn't actually do? But if they've done other bad things, does that justify it? And that's what Gregory Peck kind of struggles with. And it's got a really interesting ending, because he kind of comes out of the church, and also at this point Joan Collins obviously wants to get together with him, and he comes out and the whole town is cheering and applauding him and treating him like a hero, and obviously he doesn't really feel that way. But then he doesn't actually tell the town, yes, I killed them, but I didn't kill them for what I wanted to kill them for. But he's treated like a hero. He doesn't actually tell them what he did, and he kind of walks off in the sunset with Joan Collins essentially as his new wife. So he kind of just gets away with executing 3 innocent men for certainly for what he was after them for. And it just brings up the interesting question of, again, they were due to be hung for crimes, but obviously he killed them for a crime they didn't actually commit. And this was 1958, and it is a beautiful film. It's a great performance of Gregory Peck. Again, this Blu-ray is a wonderful print, and it's just one of those westerns, or one of those films in general, that I just don't feel would be made today. Yeah, it's just an interesting little film. So thanks for watching. Let me know if you've seen it, leave a like, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. And that is my random review for The Bravados, 1958, from Henry King, starring Gregory Peck. This is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good day.